Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to create your own 2D sprites and import them into Unity. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to open the Unity hub, and you can pick whatever project type you think will best be suited for you. I'm going to be picking the 2D built-in render pipeline. We're going to hit create project. I've already got mine open. Now, I'm going to right click on this guy. I'm going to delete him. That's how you get rid of a sprite. Now, say you want to import something. You click on Assets, you click Import New Asset, and you find literally just about anything. You can, so let's just go to something that I haven't made here. Let's go to Media, let's go to Images, let's go to Memes, right? And let's click on whatever random crap I got in here. And let's import it. Okay, here we go. It's pretty big. And we got this meme that you may or may not understand. Now, say you want to mess with it. Well, first thing we got is this transform thing up here. This is where we can use a bit more manual numbers to figure things out. So like, let's say I want to fix his position to 0, 0, 0. Then we got him there. Also, if we press the 2D button, we can change our perspective. We can change his rotation. We can flip him 180 degrees, and now he's upside down on the x-axis. We can flip him 180 degrees on the y-axis, and he flips like that. Or we can flip him 180 degrees on the z-axis, and that flips him kind of a different way, but it still ends up flipping him upside down. But if we shift the camera perspective, I'm sure we'll see a different story. There's the z-axis. Here's the x-axis. Here's how that flips it. And here's the y-axis. Here's that how that flips. Well, hard to show, but there's the y-axis. Alright, so we got our thing. We also got these fancy tools up here. We got the move tool. This will just let us move our camera around. But we can still do that through any of these other tools with just pressing middle click or right click. We can move around our camera. Right, we got the move tool. This will let us just move it in one axis or both. Right, we can slide it along this side. We can slide it along this side. Not a care in the world. And if we press the 2D thing again, it shifts our camera perspective, and we can even slide it up and down the x-axis, or the z-axis, my bad. It'll flip back into 2D. This next tool we got is the rotate tool. All these tools are on the top left of your little canvas area. Right, rotate, we can rotate it one way, we can rotate it this way, or we can rotate it kind of this way. Alright, we got our scale tool. This will, if we click the middle here, it'll let us scale it proportionally. We can scale it back. This doesn't really do anything for us here. It kind of makes it thicker, I guess, but it's not really shown because it's flat, I guess. But what this really can let us do is we can make it wider, we can make it longer, or as shown by pressing the middle, we can kind of scale it proportionally. Next, we got our rect tool. This kind of does something very similar. We just grab the corners and it makes us do our thing. We flip to 2D though. We can't really do much with it from this side. But in 2D, we can just mess around with it like this. And finally, the transform tool. This is the strongest of all the tools. It lets us do just about everything that the other tools did in one handy tool. So look, we can rotate it, we can move it, we can scale its size, we can stretch it along one way, and we can do all the things we could do before. Now, say you want to just make your own thing. That's where our second tool is going to come in. This is aspirate. Boink. So we got our tool open. In order to make something we can work on, we're going to hit File and then New. And your canvas size is really up to you. I'm going to make like a very simple sprite. So I'm going to do just a 32 by 32. Now in Unity, this is going to come out very small. So I recommend working with something a bit bigger. But I'm going to do 32 by 32 because it's quick and I can do this really quickly. And also you can set your pixel aspect ratio. I choose to keep it on 1:1 because it's even and nice. You can also set the background color. I choose transparent. And you can select whether you want it to be grayscaled or indexed. So I hit OK. And here we have our little our little canvas. We can use middle click just like in Unity to move it around, and this is our canvas. So up here, we can change our brush size. I'm going to change it to 1. And now we have this canvas where we have 32 by 32 pixels to work with, and I can make something very simple. I'm going to make a frowny face this time, because I've had to work on this a lot because of various recording errors and just having a bad recording. So now we got our sad face. Aw, he even got some eyebrows. Now say I don't like the eyebrows, so I'm going to take my erase tool. Again, you can pick the brush size. The erase tool's on the left here, or the right, sorry. You can pick your brush size. It defaults to 8. I erase the eyebrows, and now he's got no eyebrows, and now he's got one eye. Ooh. I can switch back to the brush tool, give him his eye back. It's a bit longer now. Give him his eyebrows. They are also a bit longer now, and I give him a nose. Whap. So we got our guy. And what we can do is, like, we can save as, and we can Boowomp, and that is his name. And now, whenever we want to open him, we can hit File and Open, and we can hit Boowomp. Where is he? Boowomp. And now we got our guy back. Hello, Boowomp. Now, if we want to save this as a PNG or a JPEG or whatever, we're going to hit Export. We're going to hit Export As. If you click these triple dots, you can pick which folder it's going to go to, and you can also pick the file extension. You can pick any of these. I'm going to pick a PNG because those are very nice. We're going to hit Boowomp, and we're going to hit Save. And then we're going to hit Export. And now when we go into our folder, we go into our assets folder. I got it in here. We got Boowomp. We got the PNG for Boowomp, and we open it up, and look how small he is because he's only 32 by 32 pixels. And there he is. And from there, we can just go into Unity, and we can hit Assets, and we can hit Import New Asset, and we can go to where we had Boowomp, and we can upload him. Yippee! And now we can drag him out, and now he's over here, but he's like so tiny compared to this guy. But that's okay. It's okay that he's tiny, because what we can do, as I mentioned before, is we can go to the Rect tool. We can go find his little corner, and now we can make him really big. And now look how big he is. He's also blurry because he's small initially. And now we can click on our Move tool. And we can grab him, we can move him around. And he's just a sad guy, and he's just there. Now, what else we can do is we can animate. Now, if you want to animate Boowomp here, we're going to right-click on this plus on the bottom right, and we're going to get New Empty Frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to locate just above Layer 1 this 2 squares tool. I'm going to click it, and it's going to show a transparent image of the last frame that we're using. If you want to edit that, you can click the 3 lines with the little meters tool. You can change the opacity. See, I can make it more or less. I'm going to set it at like 50. And now we can go back to our frame, and we can draw over this new frame with the previous frame as a guideline. So say I want to curve in his eyebrows a bit more. I can do that. Say I want to make his eyes smaller. I can do that. Keep his nose the same. And make his frown slightly less. I can do that, but say, oh, I've messed up. I can go back to my erase tool. Like I was saying earlier, you can change the brush size of the erase tool. I can say, I don't like how this looks, and get rid of something, but I like how it looks, actually. And now, like, we can see how it looks. He's doing like a little, that's what he sounds like. And we could stop our animation by clicking this button again. But yeah, we can see him do his little thing. And he's kind of shifting his eyebrows. We can right click and we can make a new empty frame, or we can duplicate the frame before, whatever you find easy. I pick new empty frame, and it shows us the frame before. So we can draw over him. Now we're going to make his eyebrows smaller. We're going to make his eyes smaller. We're going to keep his nose the same. We're going to make his frown a little less small, and then we can play our animation again. Oh, and if you want to see it easier, you can click on that. But yeah, his smile gets really small. So say I don't like that. Let's go back to frame 3. We're going to make his frown a little bit bigger. We can turn off the opacity, the showing of the previous frames. You can see we got our little animation. Then we can do the same thing. We can save, because we don't need to save as this time because we've already saved it as something. We can export it, export as, and this time we want to change it to a GIF. We're going to save that, and then when we go into our folder, we go into our assets, and we find Boowomp GIF. Where is it? Oh, I didn't press the export button. We're going to hit export. We're going to hit animation loop. Now when we go into this folder, we got Boowomp GIF. And we zoom in, and he's doing his little thing. And he's getting less sad, because this recording is going well. Yippee! And then we can import that into Unity the same way we have before. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you out. And I hope you, if you are an aspiring game designer, you give Unity a shot, because, you know, a lot of the big businesses right now are doing it. Although a lot of game jams are switching to Godot, so you could try and learn that as well. And yeah, if you learn, the earlier you learn it, the easier time you're going to have getting into this industry. So it's very good to learn early. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial and have a good day.